Hello, my name is Cole Love, and this is our site development project.
And I'm Connor Bacon.
Our spec for this project was BART. Our geotech was SSTD. Our location was Ardmore, Oklahoma. Part one, Connor will go over the project site specification summary, and I'll go over the geotechnical report summary.
Yeah, so for the project site specification summary, provides all major earthwork activities from excavation to final grading, and it covers items such as CSI, master format, ASTM standards, material requirements, compaction criteria, and construction factors like excavation, dewatering, and submittals. So in those specs, it like I said, it outlines all major earthwork activities. Existing utilities must be located before digging. Hand excavation is required near active lines. Erosion control, drainage, and dust control have to be maintained throughout the project. Fill and backfill materials must meet the spec and be approved before use. Soil is placed in lifts and compacted to either 90% or 95% relative compaction, depending on location and use. A geotech engineer has to oversee the work and confirm that moisture and compaction requirements are met in the field. And I used ChatGPT to help analyze the specifications, although it left out some things like certain ASTM standards that are provided. Yeah.
For our geotech report, we were assigned the Northwest Oklahoma City Library in Oklahoma City. The geotech report was very thorough. It found that the first 31 to 41 feet was predominantly clay with some silty sand. Rock was first hit at 42 feet, and the groundwater table was between 13 and 20 feet. The geotech company completed 9 borings, 39 standard penetration tests to test the shear strength, and then 6 thin-walled tube samples for lab testing. The soil was seismic site class D, meaning that it was relatively stiff soil. It was not rock, but it was still stiff enough to withstand some earthquake loads. As far as foundation recommendations, the geotech recommended shallow footings about 2 feet below the existing grade, below final grade. And then for a slab, they recommended 4-inch slab, unless in loaded areas. In loaded areas, they recommended a 6-inch slab. For part two, we'll go over our residential development, the geotech report boring log, and the dewatering and SWIP plan.
So our project site that we were assigned is residential development. It's located in Ardmore, Oklahoma. It is the northwest corner of Memorial Road and Kings Road. We're going to have 5 lots that range from 5.43 acres to 7.4 acres. The northwest corner of the lot will be a future green space, and then just south of that is going to be there's an existing pond that's going to be used for drainage during construction, and that will be later turned into a future pond.
For a boring log, similar to the Oklahoma City boring log, it was predominantly clay. About the first 18 feet was red and yellow clay, meaning this soil is very moisture sensitive and is expansive. We can expect it to shrink and swell. We also know that this is going to be a not very permeable soil. We could gather this information using the Oklahoma Water Resource Board, as well as well data in the area. It is worth noting that one well hit water at 18 feet and another well hit water at 5 feet. So we can expect the groundwater table to be relatively high, and we can expect to hit water when we are excavating for foundations and our ditch. Our dewatering plan, we happen to fall almost in what I'd call a valley. To the northeast, it's about 900 feet in elevation. To the southwest, sorry, it's about 900 feet in elevation as well. And our development is right smack dab in the middle at about 850 feet. So we can expect when it rains, water is going to flow down into this valley and then flow towards our development. And so our plan is to incorporate a ditch, which is going to catch this water as it flows into our development. We're going to redirect it to the existing/future pond, and this is going to act as a retention pond throughout construction. As far as when it rains on the actual lots themselves, the water's going to flow into 2 feeder ditches, and those 2 feeder ditches are going to slope and feed into the main ditch, which will feed into the existing pond.
Yeah, so for the last part, we'll have several SWIP and BMPs to help control the site. These will include Australian concrete mats and mud mats to help knock the mud off of trucks coming in and out of the project, silt fence, temporary and permanent seating, street sweeper, and a concrete washout.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.